Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Saladino. The Harry Potter Remakes cast highlights the harshest reality for HBO's new version by Amanda Mullen. The Harry Potter remake has begun to announce its cast, but even if John Lithgow is the perfect person to play Dumbledore, or John Lithgow, the casting news and rumors highlight the harshest reality about the HBO show. HBO's Dirty Harry Potter series is expected to debut in 2026, and things are finally moving as the creators fill the biggest and most important roles. Of course, given that the Harry Potter movies aren't that old, and generally still well loved, it's going to take more than great actors to sell viewers on the upcoming reboot. A faithful adaptation of the books was their selling point. The idea that with a television series where each season focused on the books is the perfect selling point. These assholes destroyed that with casting a black man to play Severus Snape. So this is another Screen Rant article by Amanda Mullen. Amanda Mullen is the woman, I think she's a real woman, who wrote the article I read in a previous video. The Harry Potter remake Snape casting news is a great sign for the HBO show. A terrible article where Mullen spent the entire word count trying to gaslight the reader. And at no point in the article did she even hint that fans of the series might have a forget legitimate, just an issue at all with the casting choice. Besides this sort of general bullshit about the TV show's cast having big shoes to fill, she didn't acknowledge that the race swap was an actual issue and how Papa Legba, whatever his name is, doesn't look anything like Severus Snape. How the series was sold on the idea of it being a faithful adaptation, and right off the bat, these dipshits go and race swap one of the most iconic characters in the series. The article was bullshit, but the comment section was really good, and pretty much everyone gave a very simple and clear rebuttal to this insane idea that you supposedly want a faithful adaptation of the Harry Potter books, but you also want them to race swap the characters because you have a problem with how many white people are in the story. And even the harsh ones, really, I think there was maybe only one quote-unquote harsh comment. They were good. There was something that you couldn't just dismiss. This one in particular, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You're saying it will be able to be a better adaptation of the books, but switching to Papa as Snape isn't even close to being true to the books. You really need to get writers that know what they're talking about. And see, this is the thing. So I really do think that this Amanda Mullen person took the comments to heart, which I can't even believe I'm saying this about a journo, especially a female journo who is supposedly into geek shit. But I think she genuinely considered what was being said. And I think that's why this article, this new one, has such a different tone when it comes to talking about the casting. Now, look, she hasn't gone full Vara Dark or Melanie Mack, but, well, let's see. It's going to take more than great actors to sell viewers on the upcoming reboot. Like many modern fantasy shows, the Harry Potter remake faces numerous challenges, even with it being a recognizable and successful IP. The largest among them is the harsh reality that the show won't be able to please everyone. And at this rate, it may not be able to please the audience it's aimed at. Harry Potter's casting rumors and announcements highlight how it's already being unfavorably compared to the movies. And that raises questions about whom this reboot is truly for. Okay, so she's still talking around the issue, but the fact that she even says that raises questions about whom this reboot is truly for shows that she's at least not going to just go full on with the gaslighting shovel this time. Harry Potter's remake is aimed at movie fans, but can't beat nostalgia. Replacing the original cast is already proving this. HBO's Harry Potter TV show seems to be aimed at fans of the movies, but it's hard to imagine the remake pleasing those who love the original adaptations. But that doesn't make any sense. The whole point was that they were going to do a faithful adaptation of the books. That's the strength of television. You have this long-form format, so you could do a faithful adaptation of the books. And the thing is, these assholes know that's what fans actually want. So just give it to them. Stop hiring people who hate these projects to work on this shit. HBO's Harry Potter TV show seems to be aimed at fans of the movies, but it's hard to imagine the remake pleasing those who love the original adaptations. The response to casting news thus far proves as much. Which, again, I have to say, good for her, for Mullen, for even acknowledging it, without calling people Nazis or incels or chuds for saying that they want a faithful adaptation of the novels. I really do think it's because she couldn't help but take the comments to her first article to heart. Can you imagine the execrable Alyssa McConaughey ever taking a step back to listen to what the actual fans have to say?
And that the games industry is diverse naturally. Not because anyone's making them be diverse. Because the world is diverse, you stupid motherfucker.
Ew.
Though the reboot has an opportunity to set itself apart from the films and do something fresh, HBO is using the same branding and aesthetic to sell it. X posts using the wands at the ready catchphrase and familiar logo prove as much, suggesting that Warner Brothers wants all of its Harry Potter projects to be connected. I don't exactly know what she's talking about here. It's like she's saying that Harry Potter shouldn't look like Harry Potter, but I mean, it should have a certain aesthetic. The best thing about Hogwarts Legacy is how well they capture the look and feel of Harry Potter. It's just a shame how they make it feel like an amusement park where they just hire anybody for their staff, whether they look the part or not.
True.
So when she says they should do something fresh, is she saying like a Shakespeare production of Macbeth set in 1930 Chicago so they all look like gangsters? As it stands, the Harry Potter show looks like it will resemble the movies, just with new actors. And given that it won't have the same nostalgia factor as the films, the HBO show is already at a huge disadvantage. It's going to be compared to the initial adaptations relentlessly, and if the reactions to casting are anything to judge by, it likely won't come out on top. This is the harsh reality that the upcoming remake must face, and it's difficult to see it finding more favor with book purists. Book purists. Maybe saying book purists is her way of calling people Nazis, because any fan of any book wants a faithful adaptation of the book. Nobody genuine says, just do what you want. You didn't create the series, you don't care about the series, but I want you to decide what this book I love should actually be about. Nobody says that if you're a fan of the book, you're a book purist. Except people who don't like fans of books or fans of anything.
And if you have a problem with that, come fight me. Physically. Bitch.
Harry Potter's remake inevitably won't please book purists. The remake is bound to diverge from the source material at times. Everybody knows this. This isn't a thing. Most people know. So most people out there who are fans of The Lord of the Rings love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And that diverged from the source material at times, too. Okay, look, so she's still a journo. So even if she's more critical of the choices Warner Brothers are making with this show, she's still dancing around and sidestepping the issue. She said in her first article, the series is supposed to be a faithful adaptation. And now she's saying that Warner Brothers are trying to appeal to movie fans and book purists will have a problem with it. But a lot of the movie fans are also book fans, and they understood in that case that there would be changes because the films would have to do that. But the point was that Warner Brothers was going to make a faithful adaptation with the series, and now, with the Snape casting news, that's already flushed down the toilet. And so now this Amanda Mullen person is acting as if there's a big difference between film fans and book fans. The Harry Potter TV show probably won't get praise from the movie enthusiasts it's trying to draw in. Doesn't make any sense. But it will also struggle to land with book purists. The HBO reboot could use this longer runtime to improve on one glaring issue with the movies. Some of the attempts to cut the source material didn't work so well. The Harry Potter remake can finally fix the film's mistakes on that front. That's what everybody was looking forward to. However, it's not a guarantee that they will. And the biggest book purists are still likely to find fault with the upcoming adaptation. This is stupid. This isn't about movie fans versus book purists. Harry Potter fans want a faithful adaptation of the books. The TV show idea is perfect for that. But you have these goofballs deciding that Snape should be black, and I'm pretty sure Hermione or Ron will be black or brown too, so this BS line about how it's not a guarantee that they will fix the cut material from the movies when these assholes can't even get the casting right is just disingenuous. So even though I'm like, wow, I can't believe she's criticizing the production after all and acknowledging that fans aren't happy with the Snape casting without calling everybody bigots, she's still full of shit. And maybe it's because if she came out and just defended fans and said, hey, fans of the book feel this way, instead of this book purist bullshit, it would sound like she agreed with them and journos can't be seen agreeing with fans. After all, it's already been confirmed that the Harry Potter show will work in stories from the Hogwarts Legacy games. I don't know, this is a terrible idea. What they should have done is, they should have just made a Hogwarts Legacy show, all on its own, and put in all the DEI BS in there. It would look stupid because where did all these niggas go before the books started? But I would literally just make a Hogwarts spin-off show and focus on a new student or even a teacher each season instead of putting it in the actual Harry Potter series. So it's not a faithful adaptation at all. And it's crazy, they just won't do that. This means it's inevitable that the reboot will feature details that aren't in the books and movies. Additionally, the additional runtime will need to be filled in somehow, and the series will likely expand on the source material. This will please viewers dying to know more about Harry Potter's supporting characters and minor subplots, but it could be seen as an unfaithful adaptation. It will definitely be seen as an unfaithful adaptation. It'd be one thing if they just made a spin-off series with new characters, but making up new shit for established characters from people who have no problem with race-swapping Severus Snape doesn't mean shit, and it isn't canon. This cements the show's biggest issue. It won't be able to please everyone. Harry Potter's remake already feels a bit pointless. HBO's show is already in a no-win situation. As soon as it was announced that they'd race-swapped Snape, that was it. They killed the show. Given that the Harry Potter show can't compete with the movie's nostalgia or the success of the books, it's starting to feel somewhat pointless. But it doesn't have to compete with that. It can literally just... Alright, look. While no project can please every viewer, the Harry Potter remake has put itself in a situation where it can't win, no matter what it does. The crazy thing is that it's not even trying to win. I get the sense that these people, these idiots in Hollywood, can't just follow the original work because they have to put their mark on it. But the thing is, these people don't actually like this shit, so the shit they put in it ruins it. All you have to do is look at The Witcher from Netflix, or The Rings of Power, or superhero comics, the MCU after Infinity War. If it tries to be too different from the films, it will draw comparisons to the original adaptations and criticism. No, it won't. I don't know what her deal is, pretending that this is about the films, when people were interested in the series because it was supposed to be a faithful adaptation of the books. There aren't fans of the movies out there who are going to be like, well, if they add more stuff from the books into the show, I'm not going to like it. It's Dumbledore casting and Snape rumors prove as much. However, being too much like the movies also puts it in a difficult spot, as viewers will simply favor the originals. You could literally have both, but Warner seems to be going out of its way to not just give fans what they want. You can have the movies and have it do what it does, and then you can have the TV series for a more long-form, more faithful adaptation of the books. The reboot will face a similar balancing act with book purists, as it could win them over by delivering an adaptation that's more faithful than the movies. What do you mean, could win them over? That's what people wanted, a faithful adaptation. Many Harry Potter fans would love to see Half-Blood Prince's ending battle. What do you mean many? How about all Harry Potter fans would love to see that? Many Harry Potter fans would love to see Half-Blood Prince ending battle of Voldemort's book-accurate demise in Deathly Hallows brought to the screen. Sadly, sticking too closely to the books also comes with risks. No, it doesn't, as it doesn't offer anything different. This is such bullshit. This is not a problem for anime and manga. People literally want to see the words on the page brought to life on screen. This weird, fake bullshit thing that journos and activists do, pretending that fans don't actually want what they say they want, is nonsense. It's absurd. Fans don't want different. Fans want faithful. They want lore accurate. This will back it into the same corner as staying too close to the movies. With so many people familiar with this story, it kind of needs to bring something new to the table.
Gives us the right to say what we want.
Shut
when
the
you think about
fuck up!
No, it doesn't. This is the problem. Stupid people who aren't fans deciding for fans what fans should want. Okay, so I lied. I said she wasn't gaslighting, but she is. She's just gaslighting in a different way. Is Harry Potter's remake going to succeed? Season 1 will draw viewers, but after that, it's up in the air. The harsh reality that the Harry Potter remake doesn't have a clear audience in mind raises concerns about its success long term. When she says doesn't have an audience in mind, I don't even know if they have the modern audience in mind. Even with the race swap, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know if it's just because the industry is just full of activists that they do stupid shit like this. Then you have journals like this Amanda Mullen person making up bullshit articles like this, talking about how a series people are begging to be faithfully adapted needs to offer something different. Harry Potter Season 1 won't need to worry about anything but its connection to the franchise. It will no doubt be huge, regardless of what it does, as people will tune in out of sheer curiosity. I'm not sure about that. I mean, the Snape thing is it's so bad, it's so egregious. I do believe people will tune in out of curiosity, but I don't think they're going to stick through the entire first season. It's going to be another Rings of Power situation, but we'll see. Considering how massive the IP is, it seems inevitable that people will give the upcoming HBO show a chance. I don't think they're going to give it a chance. I think out of curiosity, they're going to look. But I think most people who are actual fans of this stuff tuned out when they saw their version of Severus Snape. The real question is whether it will find success beyond its first outing. That will depend on how well the HBO series does with its adaptation of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. If viewers are impressed by the first batch of episodes, the reboot will have a real shot at adapting all 7 books. But if it does run into problems appeasing movie and book fans, it could struggle to maintain its viewership. There's not a difference between the movie and book fans. The difference is just that the people who watched the movie probably didn't read the book. That's just it. Or maybe fans of the book didn't watch the movie. But it's not a difference. It's not like as a movie fan or somebody who's a fan of the Harry Potter movies, they're going to go, well, I'm not going to watch this show because they might add too much from the books to it, and I don't like that. But if it does run into problems appeasing movie and book fans, it could struggle to maintain its viewership. That would be bad news for the Harry Potter show, so hopefully the creators grapple with its harshest reality before it gets to that point. This is not really a harsh reality. They're shooting themselves in the foot, Warner Brothers, by doing things the way that they're doing, by following this stupid DEI, we need to be more diverse plan. So we'll see. I thought that this article could have been a W for Screen Rant, but it's actually more of an L. I'm not even sure if it's a draw. It could be a draw in the sense that, like I said, she did this entire article, Amanda Mullen, she did this entire article where she's criticizing Warner Brothers and the choices that they're making without outright attacking fans and calling them Nazis. Now, she kept saying book purists, which might be the new code, the new dog whistle for Nazi. But, so I think I will actually give her a draw instead of the L or the W that she could have gotten that she threw away dancing around what the real issue is.
The fuck said to speak, Mr. Me, Siamese, even Christ said Christ, he flows quite nicely. Hype beast highly likely to bite me and try to high-five me, but I just give him high threes, cause y'all don't get to touch me on the shit, sue me if you got an issue, grab a tissue. Mediocrity is odd to me.